Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. I am, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. It's a good day. Got to clear my throat. Oh, it's sounding good. So I have not gone live in a while, maybe 2 weeks or so, and I gotta get back on it because I enjoy this. I enjoy going live. I enjoy talking with my people. And as you guys are coming in, come on in, come on in. Let me know where you're watching from, and if you're watching this on the replay, man, I'm so glad that you are. And man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So, as a lot of you know, making a transition into Texas the last 2 months, and man, it's been good, but also it's been hard. It's been really hard. I do feel like the enemy has been just trying to come at my family in a lot of different ways that I should have known that it was going to happen, but it still catches you by surprise. and um, and so, man, just what we're learning as a family is we got to continue to stay on our knees, big time, because the enemy does not want good things, obviously, to happen for the head fam or for anybody, any family. And man, it's been tough. It's been hard. Yet at the same time, it's awesome to know that, um, man, my wife is so supportive and so awesome, and I support her like crazy. And the neat thing is that we know that we have each other, and truly, it's about getting into rhythms. For my family, we had our rhythms for 4 years in Tennessee. I mean, we had our rhythms of all the things, waking up together, really not together, but waking up, spending time in the Word together, constantly communicating, constantly, being around each other, being around our family. And since moving, it's just kind of shifted, and it's just kind of gotten, it's not off. It's just a new normal right now. And I think the enemy wants to come in and just destroy that and make us think crazy things and do things that we don't do, and say things that we don't say, and just a lot of stuff. And um, I guess I don't want to get on here and act like, yeah, everything is great and wonderful and beautiful, although it is. I never want to get on here and fake it like everything's great. But things are good. Things are actually better than they were. We're just trying to figure it out. Our kids are good. Marriage is getting stronger and stronger. Um, my wife and I are finding ways that we can communicate better in this new area of normal. Um, we're praying now. Our house is supposed to close on the 12th, which is exciting. And so now what we're doing is we're trying to find a place to live. We're still living with our awesome in-laws who are just amazing, and we're growing closer to them as well, which has been so cool. And just to be loved by family, which is new to me as well. And Erica, we it's just new. It's just all new stuff. And when there's new things, I believe, just like with working out, and as you can tell, I've been working out, obviously. And as you work out and as you do stuff, you tear down muscles because new things, are growing, and you tear them down, and what they come back stronger. And I believe that's what's happening for our family as a whole. There's so many great things that are happening. So thank you guys for just praying, and thank you guys for pushing me to get back on here and go live. Um, as far as the business is going, I'll update you on that. It's going really good. I've been able to help a lot of people. I've got clients that have been with me for a while who are, man, they're doing good, and they're actually, you know, they don't need me anymore. Oh, so sad, but that's part of it. They sign on for a certain amount of time, and then they're able to go and do what they need to do for them. And it's really cool. It's really cool to see that happening. And I do have new people coming in quite a bit, which is awesome. And so, as far as the business side, it's August 1st. I set some goals for August 1st to I set these goals a while ago, and I'm excited to today to look at them, not with you guys, but by myself, and just kind of see where I'm at. And I know I've hit most of my goals that I set 6 months ago, which is exciting. So, but today, I would love to know who's on here. I see some of you watching on Facebook, and I see some of you on on Instagram and YouTube. Would love to how are you doing? Where are you watching from? I see you. Yes, Sean. Sorry, bro. I don't know how to say your name. But glad you're on here. The Craftsman, my man, always on here. So excited. I see Treeby Sue on here. I see Dinian. Man, I would love it if you guys could switch over to YouTube and watch. If not, that's no big deal. But today I want to talk about something that I've been working with some clients through. And I believe that it can really, really help out in limiting beliefs. It's really a thought record. It's when we have these beliefs that come into our mind, and a way that we can actually work through them. Ultimately, what we want to do with these beliefs is we want to take them as a fact or an assumption. Fact or an assumption. and and for example, one of those limiting beliefs could be, I'm a failure all the time. Like maybe you feel like I am a failure. And when I work with my clients through some of these thought records and through some of these limiting beliefs exercises, this really has been helpful for them. So today, that's what I want to talk about. Today, I want to talk about when we identify our limiting beliefs, how we can create a thought record to really see what is truth and what is not. So let's just go with that. Let's go with the idea that you say over and over again, I'm a failure, or you say I'm never going to accomplish anything. I can't do it. It's just not working out. And you're saying that over and over again. So here's how I work with a client. I love to have somebody live on here to do this. I should have done that, but I'm not. I don't, and that's okay. So here's what I would tell my client to do. So I would say get a pen, get a pencil, and get some paper. Okay, not doing it on your phone. Literally write it out. Like literally, you're writing out the ideas and the thoughts that you're having. So they would write down. They would say, I am a failure, and then I would say, from that, what are some other common thoughts that you have throughout the day? And they would write stuff down like, no one likes me, or I'm not good at my job, or this person thinks this of me, or man, I'm really fat, or I'm ugly. And I have them write all these things down on a list. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. I would encourage you to think, what are the limiting beliefs? What are the things that are coming up in your head? And maybe they're not limiting beliefs, they're just negative thoughts that you're having all the time. And these thoughts of whatever they may be. I want to encourage you, write them down right now. Like write down each negative thought that you're having. Boom, 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 boom. And then I would ask you the question, when do these thoughts normally occur? So you've written down the list of these negative thoughts. You've written them down. And I would say, when do these normally occur? And I would have you write out next to them, say, in the morning, at night, all the time, at work, when I'm with my spouse, when I'm with my kids, when I'm running, when do these thoughts normally occur? And then I would say, next to that, I would have you say, how do they make you feel? How do they make you feel? And then, so after I'm a failure, when do they occur? It makes me feel bam, boom, boom, makes me feel, and what I would help you with these feeling words. Then this is where the magic comes in right here. So you've had the negative thoughts. You've written down when they occur, where they occur. Sometimes it's all day. You're like, man, this is just happening over and over and over again. And it's just constant. And so you would write that down. You're having them constantly. And here's what I would do. how they make you feel. And then the magic right here. I would say, what evidence supports this? And so you would take the biggest one that's hitting you right now. So we're going to go. So you had the whole list. Take the one, circle the one that is the biggest one that you constantly are thinking all the time, that whatever that is. And today we're going to say that you circled failure. You circled that I am a failure. I'm never good at anything. So that's the one. So you take that, you write it down under everything else, you put a line under it. And now what I want you to do with whatever that thought is, I want you to write down the evidence that supports that belief. So what is the evidence that supports the belief that you are a failure? And I want you to write them down. Just write them all down right there. Literally, not on your computer, not on your, I mean, if you can, if you want to, but I'd prefer you to do it with pen and paper, and you write it down. Write it all down. The evidence that supports that you are a failure. The evidence supports that you are not good at something. The evidence supports that you're never going to find somebody. The evidence that supports, you see what I'm saying? What is the evidence that supports it? Then you're going to write all that down. Then what I want you to do, I want you to write out this. I want you to write out the evidence that contradicts this belief. So the evidence that contradicts that you are a failure. And this is really hard whenever you are in your mind and when you are just constantly, and maybe you're in a depression, maybe you're in a cycle of anger, maybe you're just really stuck and you're like, I can't come up with something that contradicts that I am a failure. And this is where a coach comes in. This is where somebody who can help guide you in this process and help pull it up out of you. I mean, this process that I do with my clients is hard work. This isn't just something you do and you're like, oh, we move on. No, this is a process. And so in this process, what contradicts the idea that you are a failure? Again, it's hard, but I want you to write them down. I want you to write down what contradicts this negative belief that you are having right now. And so as you write them down, you're writing them down and you're looking at this and you're like, man, okay. And then what I would have you do, thank you, Johnny. I see you right here. Johnny says, I love this. It is such an important exercise to do often so that we live in the truth of God and not the perception of others and our own negative self-talk. Keep going, man. Thank you so much, brother. I love your support. You're seriously the man. So we've written them down. We've written down the evidence that supports it. We're now writing down the evidence that contradicts it. And then what I like to do with you, what I do with my clients is I say, okay, now based on all of this, is the idea that I am a failure a fact or is it an assumption? Is it a fact or an assumption? And, my clients are like, it's an assumption, and because they kind of know where I'm going with this, correct? But is it really an assumption? Because in your mind, you may feel like it's a fact, but you're saying, because you want to answer correctly or whatever, that it's an assumption. But I really want you to look at this. Is it fact or an assumption? Because most of the time, what comes out is, as you're looking at it, you realize, you know what? This is not a fact. This is an assumption that I am a failure, or it's an assumption that I'm guessing what these people are thinking about me. It's an assumption that everybody hates me. It's an assumption that my life is where it's at and it's not in a good place. It's an assumption versus a fact. And when you can work through this process, the great thing is in the next step is when we get to reframe it. So you get to reframe the fact that I am a failure into I am more than a conqueror. Or you get to take I am a failure and you reframe it into I am loved by the Lord and so many other people. You can reframe it into I'm not a failure. I've tried a lot of things in my life and I'm failing forward. You see, because now you've taken this negative, this limiting belief, this thought, and you've worked the process, you've put it down, and you've come to the realization like, man, I'm not a failure. I'm not a failure. You take the limiting belief and you can turn it into an empowering belief that gives you the strength, it gives you the energy, it gives you all the things for you to keep moving forward in your life versus being stuck in that negativity, stuck where you're at, because then you're able to say, man, where did this come from? Where did the idea that I'm a failure come from? And with me as your guide and your coach, we get to dig into that and say, man, maybe it came from some word curses that were said to you when you were a child, that you're not good enough and that you're never going to amount to anything, or maybe you were hurt by somebody at school and they said something to you, the lie of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's just not true. Words hurt and they cut, and they actually can make an imprint on you. And I believe those are word curses that people have said to you. And as we work through this process together, you can realize that, you know what, you're not a failure, that you're actually an overcomer. And you're able to reframe everything. And this new belief about yourself starts to come through. And then you start to see things a lot different, because here's also what starts happening. You start to be more grateful for things. You start to have much more gratitude. And here's with the gratitude, here's what's really cool. You can't have gratitude and anxiety in the same place. It's impossible. You can't be anxious. You can't be depressed. You can't be panicky. You can't be down in the dumps and be grateful at the same time. Try it. Like you can't do it. And when you go through this process, you're able to see, like, I have so much to be grateful for. I'm not a failure. I've actually overcome a lot in my life. I've actually done some really cool things, because you've written down the things that contradict the lie of I am a failure. You see what I'm saying right there? Man, I hope that helps you today. And if you would like to work with me and have me help you walk through this process, man, reach out to me. Send me a message. You can actually get in the description right here and click the link and find a time on my calendar that you and I could work together, because these limiting beliefs are stopping you from being the best that you can be. And I would love to help you and guide you in moving forward and getting unstuck from these nasty limiting beliefs and these negative thoughts and words that are constantly happening to us. Because when we can overcome those and we can get past those and we can realize that they are now a empowering belief, it is a game changer for you, your life, and your family. And so, man, I just want to share that with you guys today. If you have any questions or anything, man, let me know. Like, go ahead and put it in here before I get off. Let's see here. Zania Samuels, good to see you on here. You're moving forward. I love that so much. I absolutely love that. Glad you're watching on Facebook. You need to switch on over to YouTube. Let's see here. Any questions, any thoughts about that? If you were able to get on here again, I apologize. I haven't been going live very much, but I'm going to get back on it and get this thing rolling again. And if I can pray for you, help you out, you know how to catch me. And yeah, so thanks for getting on here. You guys are awesome. Check out my YouTube channel for videos and shorts that are constantly uploaded. You also go to my Instagram page, and I would love to work with you. Let me know. You can find a link in all the descriptions. You can also DM me and ask me questions, and we can talk about pricing. We can talk about what that looks like for you. If you're not looking to work one-on-one, you can jump into my coaching, my group coaching program. It's called the Circle of Hope, and it is a private community that is amazing. It's people in there that I literally talk to them every single day in this community. I share a devotional. I mean, we're in there just we know that we're there for each other when things happen. We share it in this community, and man, it is incredible. You can go to, I will actually, let's see here. Here is the link for my private community. I would love for y'all. Let's see here. There we go. Copy it. Man, can y'all hear my daughter just screaming? That's called Working from Home Probs. Uh, um, but that's real life. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So if you would like to get into that community, you can click that link that I just sent, and would love to have you in there. It's free for 7 days. And if you don't like it, you can get on out, but I promise you're going to like it. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for being on here, and we'll see you soon.